15th through the 30th. Love reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So as you know, some of the messages may or may not resonate. Take what works. Sometimes sometimes the messages are completely on point, and yes, it's for you. Other times, if you're for me, check your other sides. It's a very general reading, okay? Personal readings are on hold now until October. You can reach out to me still if you would like to set up and book for October, but for now, I'm in the process of moving and just trying to get organized priorities here, okay? So let's take a look, Cancer, and see what your love messages are. You guys can also follow me on Instagram, Moonpie Tarot. I just update, all kinds of just different things, just for fun. If you like, please make sure to like and share the video, and if you get a chance, if you like what you hear here, please do subscribe to my channel. I would be greatly appreciative. All right, Cancer, let's take a look and see what your love message is for the end of September. Okay, well, you have the Hierophant, crossed by the King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, past position, Three of Pentacles, crowning, you have Justice, near future, the Hermit, Devil, in position of your advice. Okay. The other person, Three of Swords, hopes and fears, the Four of Wands, and the outcome, the Four of Cups, and the Moon. Okay. I will post some clarifiers. We do have here Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Virgo. All right. Let's take a look here and see what your love message is for Cancer. Oh, let me move these so you can see them a little better. Sorry about that. My setup's a little wonky now because I'm in the process of moving. All right, let's see. All right. Oh, you have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Okay, Cancer. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Let's take a look and see how this plays into your reading. What do I need to clarify here? Past position, Three of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you had somebody that really wanted to have like a teamwork position with you, whether it was through work or like a relationship. Somebody, Cancer, you were dealing with someone who was kind of like, had this, like a very youthful type of energy about them, you know, I mean, they were capable of doing things, but they were always looking to you to show them the way, okay? And they would communicate with you about things like, you know, what plans do you have? What are you doing in your life? I'm feeling like, how are you, you know, this is the Apprentice card. So I feel like you were dealing with someone who really didn't, they were looking to you to show them how to be with them, is how I feel. Or they really didn't know. They were always seeking answers from you or trying to figure out, you know, what you, I almost, it kind of, you know, it's going to sound strange. Well, in my readings it won't, but I almost feel like this person kind of looked at you like you were more or less like their parent. Strange to say. I know I did a video one time on the Oedipus complex for Virgo. Some of you, you know, could have been involved with a Virgo that, you know, had that energy with you, where they looked to you to be their caretaker, show them the way, show them how to pay their bills, show them how to get organized. You know, you were advising them to do things. And so it's not like necessarily bad. Maybe you were just helping this person in some way. So I feel in, present energy here, this person struggles to get into some type of traditional routine. I feel like you're dealing with someone who just couldn't quite grow up. And usually the King of Pentacles is pretty good with finances, routine, and structure. But for some reason, I don't know what it was. They just kind of had like trouble with that. Or maybe they just were too rigid. I feel like they were trying, but this person just kind of struggled with following suit, being committed, being, even committing to daily tasks. It's not that they didn't, 100%. I just feel like it was always a struggle or a challenge for them. And quite honestly, I feel like there might have been a lot of celebrating, a bit too much. Maybe this person was always trying to recover from drinking too much, partying too much, communicating, I'm hearing somebody spending way too much time on video games. And this is an adult. Way too much time on video games, way too much time on the computer. And I feel it's a really strange message, but I feel there was some type of an addiction here. This, in the sense that I just feel like this person never truly grew up. They were still kind of childish. Like they would come home from work or whatever they were doing. They were always in like play mode. But I do feel they were trying, but they couldn't balance. They couldn't balance their fun life with like reality, right? Justice is here, right? I feel like it, and even in the case of you, and this is Libra energy, even in the case of you, maybe you were trying to set them straight, or you were trying to, show them how to, some message I'm hearing is, if you don't pay this or if you don't do that, you're gonna have to, it's gonna turn into a legal issue, or you're gonna wind up going to jail, or or the courts, you're gonna have to go to court. Maybe there was a DUI, drunken driving, things like that as well. Maybe this person in the past had a drinking problem, and then they went through some kind of like rehabilitation, but then they came back out and they're still struggling to keep the straight and narrow, and still going out and partying and having fun, and the Hierophant is like, can be like about like a church or traditional spiritual corporations following the rules. This person struggles to follow the rules. Strength just fell out. I was clarifying that. Yeah. I feel like you were really just trying to build up their confidence, or trying to help them, taking care of them, so that these things wouldn't happen to them. Maybe they were just, just out there exchanging, partying, having drinks with people, drinking with you, and then it would turn into like a big old celebration. Like they couldn't just have one. They couldn't handle, that type of energy. Okay. Or, even if they weren't drinking, they were just going out, and maybe this person struggled with being a womanizer. If you were dealing with a man, or whatever, just when I say womanizer, I mean like somebody who was just always flirting and meeting people and really not staying on this like good structured path in their life, like having a lack of stability. And I feel like it has a lot to do with either the way they were raised, or the things that they were taught, or the struggles that they had in their life, or maybe they were always being told what to do. Even as they got older, they couldn't what's the word I'm looking for? They couldn't structure themselves. They couldn't soothe themselves. They couldn't routine themselves. They really didn't know how, and I feel like they look to you to do this. But I'll tell you what, Cancer, this is the separation that I'm seeing here. Because I feel like, Cancer, you're kind of like, I'm not your mom. Some of you were just taking care of the dog if they had to go to jail, or there was like taking care of the pet. Like you were the caretaker, as you are, Cancer. And I feel like going forward, there's this energy here where there's disconnect. Because it's like, I can't keep doing this. I cannot keep doing this. You have to be the one to start taking care of yourself so we can, so we can have a well-balanced, healthy relationship. So I'm seeing blocking energy. And I have to tell you, Cancer, I feel like it's you. You're like putting the brakes on this, and going in and really rethinking this whole connection or everything, separating. Because I feel that their behavior, you're losing the love for them. And that's what I really feel like. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep, like there has to be more than just the attraction and the chemistry. That's great. We're all happy. Great. I'm attracted to you. You're attracted to me. Yes, we have good conversation. We have good chemistry. But you're a fuck up. And this is what I hear you saying. And I know, Cancer, you'll appreciate that because I know that you like the truth. And you're looking at this person like, get it together or get going. Yeah. The Page of Pentacles fell out in the reverse. So this is an energy of really not being enthused anymore about this person. No longer holding them up on a pedestal. What you thought in the beginning was so great about them, and giving them that truth. And just saying, you know what? Here's the truth. And being straightforward and possibly a little nasty about it. Your advice here, you have the Devil. And you heard me laugh when I pulled this card out, but I understand it now. Your advice is to break the chain. While this person figures out how to grow up or take responsibility for themselves. Okay? Let me just check. Yeah. Because you've been waiting for them to get their shit together, And you know what? Your advice here is to start looking, turn your back to this person and start looking at what else is out there in your life. I'm not telling you to get into another relationship. I'm telling you to see the horizon. I'm telling you to look ahead and see that there's more out there in your life or more out there for you. All you have to do is reach out. Reach out and touch someone if you want. Because you have to turn your back to this toxicity, whatever this is. Whether this person has, indulgence issues, indulges with the opposite sex, indulges with substances, or just has too much of a carefree energy, and you've spent a lot of time trying to get this person to just balance things out. Like I feel like you've been like, it's okay. I don't mind if you go out with your friends. I don't mind if you do the things you do, as long as you're taking your time to spend with me as well. And I feel like this person, you were trying to get them to do that, and they just struggle to grow up, is how I feel. And their energy, there's going to be some type of communication breakdown here and heartbreak, because I feel like they depended on you. They felt like they could always just come back and you would fix everything. Now they don't know what to do. Maybe you're going to ghost them, okay? Because here, they actually might take a look now, because you just stopped feeding the dragon. And now they're like, oh, what do I do? I have been living in a fantasy land. I have been letting a third source interfere in this connection. And they're kind of like, I feel like, now what do I do? Now I have to make a choice. Now I have options. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do here. Because this is a card of being in la la land, being in fantasy land, being like up in dreams. Like, remember I was telling you maybe this person has a gaming addiction, living their life in like not reality. Whatever their issue is, they were not in reality. And I feel like it's because I'm hearing Peter Pan. This is Peter Pan. Peter Pan trying to grow up. Peter Pan never grows up, and you've been Wendy this whole time. You know, I see that you want commitments, you want happiness, you want the family, you know, or to bring that back together, or to have this connection with this person. This is your hopes, but there's also this fear you're not going to have this. Okay, you know what? This person is going to try to make a return. They're going to keep trying to offer their cup to you, their cup of love, but it's like so shady. And they'll keep trying, and I just see you saying, that's not going to work. Okay, I know that you love me. I know that you care about me, but you don't act like it because you don't care about yourself. See, I see you looking at this person and saying, if you loved yourself and made yourself a priority, then you would be able to love me, but you're not. You're not taking care of you. So how could you you're not loving yourself. How could you even love me? Right? And so this person, they, you know, I feel like they're handing their cups to you. They keep trying to get you back, because you might just say, you might not leave, but you might stop enabling, and they want you to keep enabling them. And I feel like what happens here is you're just like, I don't know if I trust this. I feel like this is still just an illusion. I don't know if this is full of lies. Are you just going to try to reel me back in because you need a mommy or a daddy, or you need someone to care for your emotional, like you're not a child? And I just kind of feel like the last 2 weeks of September, your advice really is to detach from this person, because if you might feel kind of like they play on your guilt a little, or they get into some trouble, or they can't figure something out, and then they come back and they have excuses, but they're wrapped up in sweet little nothings, and then you feel sorry, or you try to give them another chance because you love them and you want them to, you know, you want to see the best for them, and you care about what happens to them, but they're just kind of like, they're wrapped up in this toxicity. This person is suffering. They're like possessed by their demons. They can't face their demons. You're facing their demons. You're standing there protecting them on the edge of the cliff, like protecting the fort. And you're just like, don't worry, babe, I got it. You know, and when the demons come across the water, you're standing there on guard, ready. And I just see you just being like, no, I can't do this anymore. And so, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't see like a breakup. I see separation, but I see it's more like emotional separation. I see it's more like detachment, right? Because I see you here just turning your back on their demons and on them. They have to, and they don't know how to do this. And because either they've tried, and then they keep slipping back into their old ways. The only way people change, they're not going to change by you helping them more. They're not going to change by you doing things for them. You have to have this boundary. This is what the Four of Pentacles is. This is a card about boundaries. This is saying, no, you can only go this far with me, right? And not communicating anymore, not pulling, you know, just pulling your energy back and going within. You know, people change by the actions that they see, and they get very mad if they can't cross your boundaries. They get very mad about that. And you know, I don't see this person getting really angry. There might be arguments about this because you've left them to their own devices. They have to figure out like what's reality, what's real, what's going on, what's not. And I feel like they're definitely going to keep trying to get you back into this old pattern that you've had. And I see you just saying, nope, 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 because I don't have enough information yet. There hasn't been enough time for you to walk through the shadow of the valley of death. There hasn't been enough time for you to pass these gates yet. You're not past these gates yet. You're still in mystery illusion land. Okay? Now, what will happen in October? Story might change, but I feel like if you're going through this situation, your energy here and your advice is to just leave them alone. Like, stop with them. Just stop. Just let them be. Let them grow up. They need to grow up. You are not their mommy and that, you know, like you see these two parents here, sometimes you take on the role of the father, sometimes you take on the role of the mother, you know, whatever it might be. But this is them being in this, you know, help me, how do I do this? What do I do? You know, show me the way. This child. Harsh reading, but... All right, so Cancer. That was your reading. If it resonates, I mean, I certainly hope it doesn't, and in some ways, but in other ways, I hope that it does, and I hope that you do gain the strength and the confidence to do the right thing for yourself, not for them, because you don't owe this person anything. Look, if you're married to this person, you know, there is that sense of duty, but there's only so much you can't hold up, you know, you can't be all four pillars in this marriage. You have to have this other person, you know, holding up the other end. So sometimes the only way to get somebody to do the things that you want is by pulling back, you know, pulling back. If you know, it's very simple. Like if they need a glass to go get a drink, but they're not washing their glasses, you keep washing them, and they always have one, but then you're getting resentful because you have to keep doing this. Well, you don't have to keep doing this. You don't have to. You can just leave the glass there. And when they come out to get a drink and they don't have a glass, you're not there to wash it. They're going to have to do it. So stop enabling. Pull your energy back. Let this person grow up a little bit. Allow them to do it. All right, Cancer. I hope that your reading was informative in some way, and I'll be seeing you guys very shortly.